it's going to be 2-1 for Jack. He's going to get up 3-1. Telly will go to 3-2, and then Jack will finish it in 6. I can see either one winning in any set of games.
Oh, no doubt.
That close, but I got to stick with my boy Jack and player 2 strats over here. Those spreaders have been really trending to that side of the room. We're underway here. Game number 1, cards.
All right. You better believe it. They both have the Razor Shield. Jakimus delayed to pick up there. So we'll see how this plays out. South door strats for Jakimus. Teleo, the east door strats.
Indeed, and then settling into the middle here, trying to break the shield. It isn't a terrible plan, and he gets it. Misses one shot. Otherwise, we'd be talking about a potential sub-38. He still should be in the 38s, though.
Yes.
He does. As I was saying, he could have maybe been sub-38 if he landed that first shot at that last soldier. Either way, has the lead here by a little over a second.
Yeah, both with sub-40 coming into this room. That's excellent times for both. Grenades for both, so nothing spectacular. Teleo picking it up, so does Jakimus, trying to force a better drop. Does get a better drop, Jakimus.
Drop. Now, a spreader for Teleo helps as well, but these rockets for Jack, he is one of the best practitioners of accurate rocket fire in the whole field.
But Teleo is the first to get an orb in the match here, so that should help him out unless Jakimus gets one himself. And looking at this, it's still going to be Teleo. No, Jakimus by a fraction of a second.
As I said, he's so good with those rockets, he gained back that second, but now...
Oh, no! Teleo drops the orb, a mistake. You can't be moving. You have to fire steady when you have those swarmers surrounding you, and now the orb shifts. Yes, it does.
Now rockets for Teleo. At least get the room under control here, and more rockets. He should pick those up immediately. I think he's going to try to ride this out to save the clip, but I prefer just refill and chase that orb.
Definitely. Now Teleo is going to be chasing an orb as he picks up Razor Shield.
Jack was a little loose on that Razor Shield take apart. He almost lost his orb. That was pixel close.
Now Jakimus keeps that about half-second lead, but more importantly, he loses the orb!
A mistake from Jack. He struggled with this against Scotty as well, so a bit of a mistake and really evens things up. Now it's going to come down to who gets the first orb or who's going to get those great drops. As you see, Teleo riding the Vitamin R, probably vaulted to the lead there.
So both of them making the same mistake of not being steady at the opening of the room with those firing lanes and both losing that orb. So now it's going to come down to weapon quality. Both of them now have a spreader, a nuke for Jakimus. Will he decide to utilize it? More spreaders for Teleo? He does.
And now an orb for Teleo, grabs it, gets back to the middle with part of the shield helping him get there, and he will have the advantage and likely the whole shot. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, an orb for Jack!
Oh, beautiful there. Jakimus getting his own orb back, so in spite of both of these runners losing the orb, they are able to get a replacement before tank trouble. It's just a matter of, and yes, this is very close, but it is Teleo with the lead, 308. 309, you're talking just over a second, and for the first time in this match, we're wasting no time. Oh, Taco Bell, product placement with Taco Bell.
And they're both here to kick ass, so that kind of checks out from Kung Pao into the fist.
It certainly does here. So, neither player has a weapon to take with them to the beginning of tank trouble, so this opening drop going to be very important. Rockets for Teleo!
And Jack gets an invulnerability, and now Jack will play this room more aggressively than any other player in the tournament. If he doesn't get something to kill those gunners with, he just tries to avoid everything and focus up on the swarmers. And it usually works out for him, but when it doesn't, it's a disaster.
It certainly is. I mean, it's a very risky move, but when it works well, I mean, it looks like a thing of beauty. And Jakimus, you know what? Again, he did really well with what was given to him. Took down both the gunners. Now he has control of the middle.
And he gets a nuke here. I bet you he didn't mean to pick that up because he might have been able to use that to finish the room.
Oh,
right here for Teleo. Great drop to have.
Oh, wow. 418, 82 seconds for Teleo. PB's in play.
Definitely is, and Jack will be 8 seconds back here at 426. Both coming in with orbs, but that Teleo should ignore that orb and just start going for the spreader damage. And he is, but he's missing. He wasn't close enough. Most of those were not extra damaging hits.
Oh, that's too bad there for Teleo.
Jack makes makes a bit of an error. Why is he not done? Oh, right, he's player 2. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he's player 2. We are all forgetting about that. That would have been a prime player 1 sprinter spot, just saying. Oh, speaking of prime player 1 spots.
Mutoid hangs around, too. That's kind of important. And now moves over to Teleo. Big advantage, Teleo1.
And now he's going to get out of the way so that he doesn't get shot by the gunner. He's using the rest of that sprinter. Some great damage. Look at this. He's got the lead, and a big lead at that.
Oh, he made good use, and also landed some manuals to get another form change in. First arm pops for Jack, but he is a solid 3 forms back.
Oh, he is well behind here, but a key there for Teleo, so maybe an opportunity for Jack if he can get something.
Oh,
but
my
it's a
God.
sprinter!
Oh my God, these drops for Teleo. PB's off the table. Tournament records off the table, but sub-6 hugely in play. Somehow evades that lobber long enough to get a lot of transfer damage. This lobber should be enough.
Oh, yeah, absolutely here. So, yeah, it's not going to be a PB for Teleo1, but it is going to be our first sub-6 of the day.
You love to see it, guys. A sub-6, despite some nerves and some misplays from both of our racers. Teleo1 rides great RNG to a 5:58.
Well, that is a hot time there, Bryce. Our first sub-6 of today. Hopefully not the last.
At some point, I think Jack's going to get annoyed and reset, but we'll wait and see. Maybe just trying to work out a few things. Just trying out a few things there. Good grenade grab there. It's 1-0 Teleo1 in this best of 7. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but man, that was a crazy sprint against Mutoid, man.
Yeah, Teleo, I mean, I mentioned, what did I say, 81. So he put up a 99-second Mutoid Man fight. Just saying, a 99-second fight. That was incredible.
Again, as I said, in a race, I'm always looking to be a minute 45 or less, for a decent time. 99 is pretty good. Had a little bit of trouble early, but 2 big spreaders were able to get it done.
Yeah, most certainly. Jack was not going to be happy about how this game turned out, but just needs to shake it off. As you said, it's just one, and maybe he's shooken off all the bad RNG on this one.
Well, I mean, that's something you do. If you're going to lose to a sub-6, you may as well lose to a sub-6 with a 7+ minute run. So Jack pounding home the final shots here will be killing Mutoid. Probably going to use that grenade. Well, he's going to have to continue first and won't be using that grenade.
10 seconds. Contested 2.
Good job. You fixed it. I was wondering if you were going to say contested 1 by accident. Good job.
I heard that the other day because when Aquas, he also plays as contested 2 when he was doing normal before he got his first 1cc. Yeah, he got a 1cc in normal, but in a previous run, I did get to hear contested 2.
I think Jack is definitely screwing around here. Little bit. Jack, my time's pretty worthless, but not that worthless. Stop being silly. Finish this out with an 8 flat.
I think he just wanted the clock to hit 8, if you want my honest opinion. But that's in the past. Game number 1 in the books for Teleo1. A sub-6 performance. Jakimuswedge, well, it's got to get better for him.
Man, oh man, that was something else. So we will be getting underway with game number 2 as soon as possible. I'm not going to tell people how to run their predictions on a channel or nothing, but does Jakimuswedge tie it up here at 1 apiece in game number 2? I'm just saying it could be a good prediction.
Ooh, that could be a good prediction. I think it's going to be a tough one. I mean, I can see Teleo go up 2-0 and Jakimus fight and claw his way back to get back into this one, but you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go that way. Teleo's gonna win 2.
Jack's gonna have a much better regular arena 1. He's gonna play better, and I'm assuming that he'll remember how to play against Mutoid Man. And he's gonna get, I'm gonna say, a 6-0X and take this race.
Well, that would be a great time here. We're still looking for that first sub-6 time being a losing time in tournament play. It very well could happen in this one.
6:03 is the lowest losing time, and Jack didn't do the manip.
Ooh, so kind of makes you wonder if Jakimus is on a little bit of a tilt here, Bryce. You don't like to see that.
Another nuke, he's going to ignore that, and he's just going to hold out hope. The next drop is going to be a fast nuke that he can use to end the room quickly.
Oh, Teleo with another good Arena 1 here. He's going to have the lead. No ending nuke. Another 38 for Teleo.
Dang. That is fast. And that is a 5-second lead, almost 6.
It's a 6-second lead, no question about it, Bryce Off. This is not the start that we envisioned from Jakimus early on here. Grenades to start for Teleo, more grenades, trying to fish for a better drop. Rocket flow for Jack.
Jack loves that opening rocket drop. Let's see if he gets an orb to go with it. That's a fine drop. He'll just pick it up here and keep firing very efficiently here. I wonder if he'll go grab that. Looks like he's just going to focus up on the swarmers.
3 grenades in this room for Teleo. 4 grenades in this room for Teleo. He is just jumping it.
Wow. Rockets is probably going to snag the lead here.
Well, they both have
unbelievable.
125. You know, if you had a 39, that's your sub 80 right there. That was a really good collect power-ups. And he's going to take the lead. He just swung 15 seconds in that room. 15.
As I said, nobody uses single rockets better than him, and he had 2 of them to play with. Well done by Jakimuswedge.
My word, you weren't kidding when you said he's the best in the business with those rockets, and he just showed it right there, and the game rewarded him with an orb. The good news is both runners do have an orb. They just have to make sure to retain it.
Indeed, it's all going to come down to control, and if you can take it, don't sue me, WWE. So with that said, Jack at 208, Teleo at...
No, he's not done yet. He's got another one left, because remember, he was 9 seconds back, and he's still 9 seconds back.
Still 9 back here, indeed, and nothing for Jack, ignoring the key, just focusing up. He's got a double shrapnel trap, steps around it expertly there, another key.
All right, spreaders for Teleo now, followed up by a foot.
I'm surprised Jack didn't grab either key. They were close enough to be grabbed.
I agree.
Does go for the foot at least. That'll help him a little bit of movement.
And a dude on the foot for Jakimus. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't grab the key to force a better drop. Speaking of better drops, here's a razor shield for Jack.
Ooh, he was a little loose on his angle because of the foot. He almost gave that orb up. Great spreader takedown and 2 shrapnels while he cleaned up that door. That is great min-max there with the spreader on board.
Teleo opted to ignore and Jakimus, in spite of the problems, a high 301 into the secret room. I mean, that's just incredible.
That was fantastic, accurate fire from him. He was what, 206?
314, so it's now a 13-second deficit. So Jakimus picked up 4 seconds on Teleo as it's time for Taco Bell, product placement with Taco Bell.
Jack is really quite good at accurately bursting doors with hordes of enemies. Grenades to start, not a great drop, and we'll see Jack again go with the risky strat. It's not race safe, but if you can make it work, it is technically the best way to play it.
Yeah, he does have the lead. A nuke, but he's picked!
He couldn't get to the nuke. Everything lined up to screw with him, and now the opening is here for Teleo to make up some time.
It certainly is. And as I had said in game number 1, when it works, it's a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't work, disaster.
Indeed, that nuke would have set him up beautifully. Now razor shield for Teleo. He is going to be able to go all the way, and Jack walks into a tank bullet.
Teleo's going to have the lead if he keeps this up.
Jack having a horrendous tank trouble. Does get rockets. This might be enough to barely scrape out a lead. Let's see.
And Teleo with that razor shield, keep it the middle, keep in control of that room, and you are absolutely right there, Bryce.
Look at this nuke to finish, and it's going to be barely a lead.
1 second, and the orb. Teleo can get the ball buster. Jakimus cannot. No weapons for either. Opening drop's going to be oh so important.
For those wondering about the ball buster and what we mean by that, that you do 42% damage to a 4 with it. It does 168 damage, and the spreaders here favoring Teleo.
Yeah.
Not favoring Jack. Wrong side of the room. It's almost like player 2.
He got 2 forms off that now. I don't know if he got the ball buster. He might have just went for the spreader.
No, he just straight up died to get the spreader. It was the right play.
Oh, absolutely.
Jack's got one. Will it get blocked?
Look at this damage here for Teleo. Another spreader!
It's far away, and it might be blocked.
Oh, come... Never mind. I'm not going to say anything about the blocking of that particular spreader. I have my reasons.
That one was a little too far away in general, and especially when Mutoid is lined up like that and moving at it. Bit of a risky play, but Teleo still has the lead here.
Yeah, another sub-6 potential is in play for Teleo here. If he gets one more spreader, he'll have it.
Sub 6 is in play for Jack as well. Jack needs a weapon. It's a spreader, but it's on the wrong side. Final form, Teleo. Jack.
Final form for both.
Jack has a slight weapons advantage. He's got a lava refill as well. He shoots.
Oh, this is going to be oh so close here.
It's accuracy of fire here, Cards. Who's going to land it?
Teleo switching up the rockets here. Oh, that might be. Teleo gets run over. Will he get to the spreader? He does.
But it's too late. Jack has exploded. Mutoid Man, and it's going to be a close finish. But Jakimuswedge has tied it. Unreal.
Wow, that finish was epic. Jakimus 609, Teleo 611, 2 seconds.
And not even Jack split a bit early. That was less than a second. That was a low 610. About a second. It's a lowish 610 to about a mid 611 based on splitting there. So, yeah, a little over.
Wow. And Jakimus, who got off to that poor start in Arena 1, rode it out the rest of the way. Teleo had a chance, and we saw this happen, Bryce Olf, in the 40-watt Firebroth. Game number 4, when Firebroth had a chance to sweep 40-watt, got run over with only a few HP left. That ended up being the difference. Jakimus, the benefactor, we're tied up at 1.
So just telling them what happened there, and one said I died, and I said you both died at the end. Oh my goodness, and this Jack said a Garbo tank trouble really made that close, and it honestly was about the same gap, just the other way.
My word. So if you guys were hoping no sweep, you already have your wish, because this is now essentially a best of 5. Big game 3 coming up for both.
Just craziness indeed. If Teleo doesn't die, I believe there would have been enough time to get that kill before Jack got to those grenades, especially since Mutoid was in the way. It would have been tight, but I think Teleo would have had it. But if Jack hadn't died, Jack would have been fine anyway. We're underway here. Game number 3, guys. Jakimuswedge versus Teleo1.
Just a lot of crazy shenanigans there. You know, we came close. You know, better times going into Mutoid, man. We might have had our first sub 6 going into a lose situation there.
And another thing to keep in mind as well, Teleo took an ill-advised death for a very far away spreader. Even if he gets it, there's not a lot of time to do the takedown with it. And is Teleo1 going to drop another 38 here? It might be a 39.
No, not this time. It's going to be a 39, but still 3 sub 40s in a row for Teleo. Jakimus 2 seconds back.
I mean, Jack did have a nuke on his feet, which really slowed him down there.
Right, so just bad luck there, but Teleo1, let's see. Opening orb!
That's an opening orb. Jack gets an opening orb, almost loses it, but 2 opening orbs. I believe that's the first time in the tournament, maybe the second, that has happened. Craziness.
Yeah, you don't see that very often in a match setting like this. Unbelievable stuff here. Equal opportunity drops. That's what you want to see.
Indeed, it's equal footing here, 1-to-1. You like to see those equal orbs, and look at this.
Two hot times! Two hot times to eat my shrapnel, 78 each.
Crazy. Good job by both to get out. Now they got to watch out for that swirl. And no, Teleo into the dying swirl. Now it's not disastrous yet.
But it very well could be, as Jakimus getting the works here. Razor Shield and rockets.
Teleo keeping them under control, but the longer he goes with just straight control of these rockets, well, he's got to start getting some swarmers gone. And look at that, he gets the replacement he needed, so it should be no harm, no foul here.
Yep, a good break there for Teleo. Jakimus trying to finish off the room here. There should be at least one more shrapnel after this. There it is. And that should be the end of the room. They're still tied!
In sync. Somebody call Lance Bass. We're in sync.
Right you are, Ken.
And let's see who can make better use of what they get and who's going to have more accurate fire and have the lead in the bonus room. Assuming they both keep those orbs healthy so they keep their kill rate high. Yeah,
we should see sub 3 from both of them, provided they're able to keep that orb intact, even if the weapons aren't the greatest. But Teleo getting that Razor Shield.
And in chat right now, could we see some emotes? Show your excitement for this insane game number 3 in our second matchup of the day. This has been crazy tight the whole way. First drop orbs, and they've been taking advantage.
They certainly have been. Now, neither player getting any weapons to complement that orb, but again, the advantage is Teleo because of that razor shield. Spreader on the feet, spreader for Jakimus, and it is going to be Teleo1, but look at this. 256, 257, both sub 3 into the bonus room. It's time for Taco Bell, product placement with Taco Bell. My goodness.
My internet took that time in the middle of Card's excited exclamation. Okay, apparently my internet's just going to start choking now of all times. Great.
Oh, no.
Wonderful.
Come on, internet.
Wonderful. Let's see what we get as opening in tank trouble here, Cards.
I want 2 rockets. I get a foot from Teleo, Jakimus, and a vulnerability.
Nothing too special. Jack, again, going for a strategy. You think he'd go get the vulnerability to just ignore the bullets for a bit.
True. But he's just going to ignore it. So
look how tight the movement has to be with this strategy. Oh my goodness, and he finally drops the orb.
Meanwhile, Teleo able to take down both of the gunners with what little he had to work with here. This is just typical tank trouble RNG with the drops. But here's a razor shield for Teleo. And a real
and that's a huge break for Jack. He was in trouble.
But he's not taking now. The patience paying off. Gets the rockets, but loses the orb, but gets more rockets.
Drops the orb again while I was away on yet another hiccup there. And now he dies. Oh, Jack is having some struggles. And Teleo, dare I say it?
88 seconds. 88 seconds. Come on, Teleo.
Teleo's opening drop will be a lobber. It's a good opening drop. He's just got to focus up on the gunners for a second while the hitboxes come into play on Mutoid.
No, he did not get the ball buster.
Does not get the ball buster. He has a refill of the lobber, but he's ignoring it. He'll never get to it.
Yeah, and Jack was with the key.
But Jack did have some spreader on hand, so he was able to use that. Jack dies to the gunners. The drop is behind Mutoid. No, it's up in the top left. It's a lobber.
Teleo got a little bit of manual damage on that spreader. That was in a good player 2 spot, might I add. So RNG not picking either side.
The lead is Teleo's. It's about 1 full form here as they both pound away with lobbers. A refill for Teleo. Jack riding out this one and ignoring a grenade.
And Teleo going to ignore the spreader for now until he runs out of time. And he is going to go ahead and grab it. Try for the manual.
He steps around the mine and the bullets. Good job
by
Teleo.
Great dancing there by Teleo. Trying to get some manual. He gets a few shots in. Popped ahead.
Jack, you right in the lobber, ignoring that rocket. It was hidden anyway. Empty drop Teleo, so he's stuck on the second last form right now. Grenade's an okay drop, but not really what you want to see.
Right now, Jakimus trying to catch up here, trying to pop that head, but Jakimus missing a couple of shots there. And dangerously close, and there he gets run over.
Mutoid set him up perfectly with that exploding shrapnel. Final form should be popping here for Teleo with this lobber. There it is. Jack, meanwhile, waiting for a
that spreader coming a little too late. Could have gotten some transfer damage in. You hate to see it. Jakimus penultimate.
Teleo in the driver's seat, trying to get to that rocket refill. Some good movement to try to get around Mutoid. These rockets should be enough, and indeed it is. Teleo1's going to take game number 3.
Absolutely. If it weren't for the madness in that final form of game number 2, he'd be up 3-0. Teleo, though, nonetheless, 2-1 lead on the 2-time runner-up Jakimus.
Well, I said it was going to be Jack 2-1, but it said it's Teleo 2-1. We'll have to wait and see. And Jack, despite his struggles, is still going to get a 6-4X here.
Yeah, it was a solid run there by Jakimus. Teleo, Jakimus, both having chances at sub-6s. Not meant to be this time, but it is Teleo1 winning game number 3, and he'll be looking to go up 3-1 on Jakimus. We'll see if he's able to do that in game number 4.
Keep in mind, we have 2 more elimination matches coming up tomorrow, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern here on GG_speedruns. I believe we are starting with Ookla versus Firebroth, 2 rookies. Following that, we have Aquas taking on, it's eluding me who is Aquas.
E.T. Go Ham.
E.T. Go Ham, thank you. One of the great sophomores in this tournament. Showed up last year and it's just been going ham, so to speak. The 2 great matchups, 5 p.m. Eastern, Monday. Check it out here on GG_speedruns.
You know, I don't want to say that this could be the determining factor here, but let's assume, for all intents and purposes, that Upla and Aquas win their respective matchups tomorrow. You have them two go head-to-head. Is that the race that's going to determine Rookie of the Year?
I mean, they are probably the top two, so they're in the running for that, most improved during the tournament, Rookie of the Year award, whatever you want to call it. They're both right there. Their PBs are close. You'd have to say that would lend some serious credence in a head-to-head matchup.
Absolutely. Of course, they have
However,
to get there.
They have to get there.
Exactly.
You look ahead, you're going to trip and fall on your face.
Oh, I know. It's always possible that one or even both of them could get eliminated tomorrow.
Absolutely. And both have readied up here. So I'm going to get them underway cards. Game number 4. There is a prediction up on the channel right now. Oh, maybe just ended. So too late for you guys.
Well, it didn't matter anyways. But I'll tell you what I think is going to happen here. If what I think is going to happen is what I thought was going to happen, Jakimuswedge should take game 4. Because otherwise, it can't be a 3-2 comeback. It'd have to be a 3-1 comeback. So Jakimuswedge, to me, has to win this one. That'll be my prediction.
Well, I have to say, Jakimuswedge using that aggressive strategy in tank trouble, it didn't matter in game 1. It probably helped him win game 2, but it definitely put him behind the 8 ball in game 3 and lost. So we'll see if that aggressive tank trouble approach, when he's not getting drops, is going to help him or harm him. We're underway here, cards. Game number 4. Teleo1 is up 2-1 in this matchup.
All right, we've got a Razor Shield for both runners here in different locations. So Jakimuswedge had to work to pick up that Razor Shield.
But hey, that's...
At least he's got it, though. Absolutely. Jakimuswedge going aggressive with that Razor Shield. It has completely melted off. And once again, Teleo is going to have a 38, but Jakimuswedge with a 40, he's a little less than 2 seconds behind, but Teleo has been so consistent. 4 games, 4 sub-40s, 3 38s.
Craziest consistency I've seen in the opening room ever in the tournament. That includes any of my matchups. Teleo is really locked in with the fire rate and making good use of that Razor Shield.
Yeah, absolutely here. Teleo won, but the drops, not anything to write home about for either. Is Teleo picking up the grace, chasing a better drop here, a foot, and there is that better drop.
What does Jack get here? It's a nuke. He will use it this time.
Certainly here to take down some shrapnels, give himself a breather. But Teleo, the weapon quality favoring him, and yes, indeed, has the lead, a $124. Jakimuswedge doing everything he can with what has been given to him, is 5 seconds back at 129.
Not disastrous by any means, did well with what he was given, and now just needs to hold out and hope he gets something to help him clean the room up while he tries to get an orb.
Or at least hope Teleo maybe makes a mistake and drops his orb. Right now that's not happening because he's got vitamin R.
There was an underrated thing for Jackson, help from the game. The first shrapnel that rolled out of a door exploded before it reached the top wall. It died very quickly, meaning you didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever advantage you can gain that the game decides to give you. But again, no weapons. And Teleo, 207, has a third of a rocket clip to take with him to the beginning of Total Carnage. Very good.
And he's drawn the lead by about a second or so on top of what I already had. Maybe even 2. And
about
now,
2.
These drops are really setting up nicely. What's Jack going to see?
Wow!
Teleo's getting everything.
The rich are getting richer, but here's an orb now for Jakimuswedge, so he may be able to mitigate the damage.
He's got to be careful, though. He's got some shirts getting in close there. He doesn't want to get his orb skinned, that's for sure. And he is now firing away with good control. He's just got to make sure to keep that fire accurate.
Yeah, just not been getting any weapons to complement the orb. Teleo's still riding that Razor Shield, and here's a Razor Shield. Yes.
Oh my God!
Oh!
He walked into that shrapnel. That was horrifying.
Yeah, the orb saved him from disaster right there, but it's a 3 flat into the bonus room for Teleo1. Gonna keep that lead, and that lead is growing because of the weapon quality.
And indeed, despite the growth here, it's not going to be too horrendous. Jack, despite having to chase that orb, only lost an additional about 4 seconds. Still in this.
Yeah, it's 313 as it's Taco Bell, product placement with Taco Bell.
That, I still don't know how Jack didn't die with that razor shield.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, grenade on the feet.
That's all. Let's see if he can escape. He can't. That's a disastrous sabotage.
Oh.
For Jack here. What can Jack get and what can Jack do?
Could the RNG be swinging to Jack? Well, or replacement for Teleo.
But he loses it trying to swing, and now Jack drops his.
Oh, no.
But he gets a replacement. Can he get to it? The tank's there. He gets there. Shrapnel. He doesn't.
Wow. Good dancing. Good patience there.
Yeah, he still is struggling because this room is so tough to regain control, especially with that gunner still on the wall. But Jack is dodging it. Teleo's getting nothing right now.
Yeah, just no weapons. Here's rockets now for Jakimus. This should give him a lead, maybe.
Not a lead, but he's going to cut into this lead. There's another orb for Teleo. It's setting up for an easy grab at least. Jack continue to hold it down here.
Too aggressive. He loses the orb. So Jakimus, if he keeps this under control, has a shot at the ball buster. And look at this. Jakimus indeed has the lead.
Oh, Teleo almost gets clubbed, missing a rocket shot. Dang near lost his head. It's a few second lead here for Jakimuswedge into Mutoid Man's room.
4 seconds. Teleo does have rockets. Just a little bit of clip. He can take down at least one of the gunners in front. He does.
Jack misses the ball buster, unfortunately for him, but his weapon is okay. He's missing some shots here. Now going to the bank shot, much better, but should pop that arm here with these rockets.
Getting everybody in sync here at the 5:03 mark here. They both have rockets now, but it is Jakimus popping the arm first.
And barely popping it first, but yes, here's a spreader, manual style for Teleo. Not landing much thus far. There's a few right there, got a few that time, and a few more. He landed two nice bursts there, Cards.
To take the lead, some good manuals there from Teleo1.
But here's a chance for Jack to do a little bit of manualing.
Look at these spreaders in player one's position. What do you think about that, Jakimus?
Well, can he get there? Why did he fire? He might have got there if he didn't fire.
Firing slows you down. We've talked about this in the past, Priceoff. So a big mistake there from Jakimus.
He's manualing now. Can he get to that? It's going to be tight. He does
Yes!
get there.
Wow.
Manual now from Teleo.
Oh, back and forth these two go. You love to see it. The head pops off for Teleo, but a death.
But he did land some decent shots. Not a lot, but a little bit. Now he's looking for the weapon. It's grenades. Head pops on Jack's side.
Oh, the struggle picks him off.
Will he get a spreader here? This is an opportunity.
He doesn't get anything because
He's got a push in the Mutoid Man. Never saw it. I don't know what. Oh, there it is.
It was a lobber too late.
And it was gettable. He didn't push into the top of Mutoid Man. That sprite extends, but it's too late. It's all over. Teleo wins game 4.
And right now, the two-time runner-up Jakimuswedge in dire straits, Priceoff, back firmly against the wall. He's going to have to come back from 3-1 if he wants to survive in this tournament. And Teleo, I tell you what, again, game 2 is the only thing that's saving Jakimus's bacon right now, because if Teleo didn't take that death, it's over already.
Well, to be fair, we don't know what Jack's finishing. Now he's not moving again. There we go. All right, guys. I'll get them set up here in a moment. I think Jack may have dropped. I think Jack has dropped his stream. I believe we're getting a double feed here of Teleo1.
Yeah, you're right about that. So we'll have to get Jakimus back up and running. But yeah, Jakimus has to feel frustrated with what's been happening so far. And right now, Tank Trouble has been his nemesis. The one time that it worked out very, very well for him, he ended up winning that match. But the rest of the times, Tank Trouble has been disastrous. He's been behind the 8 ball in those games, and Teleo1 has taken complete control. And if Jakimus doesn't clean up Tank Trouble in game number 5, he's going to lose. I'm calling it right now. If he doesn't clean up Tank Trouble, if he doesn't clean it up, he's done. That is my guess.
I mean, Jack is going with that aggressive strategy, and yes, it worked for him there, but his Mutoid Man fight was and Teleo1 had 2 solid, not amazing, but solid manuals where he got most of the spreader out and landed some bursts. That was a huge deciding factor in that race.
Oh, certainly. I mean, Teleo1 had a really good Mutoid Man fight with what was given to him, landed some good manual damage, as you said, and that was enough to pull away from Jakimus and easily secure game number 4. And now he's got 3 shots, 3, to take down the two-time runner-up.
All right, so I'm just getting a text from Jakimus saying his net went out. See if Teleo can finish it tomorrow, I guess. I'm just getting some follow-up from Jack. Says not going to be back in a few seconds. He said no idea, so bear with us. I'm just going to talk to Teleo1 and Dino in the matchup channel. Keep in mind, guys, after those two matchups on Monday, we'll be setting up new matches for as early as Tuesday night. At the top of the bracket, you can break down those two matchups, and feel free to break down the other matchup as two matchups at the bottom that we'll be scheduling cards. Feel free.
Absolutely. Tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night, depending on how you want to look at it, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 Central here on GG Speedruns. We've got the Cinderella story, Firebroth versus the French Connection, Oopla. 2 rookies with sub-6s. Firebroth almost took down the 3rd annual champion. 40-watt range, was up 3 games to none, just couldn't close the deal against Oopla, who has made an amazing run up the charts. Currently sits with a 533, just 2/9 of a second behind Prince Leaf. Just amazing stuff here. So that's the first match. The match that follows is Itigo Ham, the exciting sophomore runner, versus Aquas, who is definitely in consideration for Rookie of the Year in the tournament. Aquas turning in a 541, having a 71-second Mutoid Man fight in the process against Itigo Ham, who's got a 555. 2 great matchups, could go either way, both of them. You don't want to miss it.
Just working behind the scene now, guys, and trying to get things set up here and seeing if Jack can get himself back on there. Either way, Teleo is potentially okay to go tomorrow if we have to delay the end of this match till the start of our broadcast at 5 p.m. Eastern. So just to keep that in mind, we would have a slight delay. Actually, we might have to put them in the middle because Oopla plays out of France and he's already playing late at night, so we might have to open with them. We'd let you know once we know, but guys, just give me a few minutes here. I'm going to try to work this out, see if Jack can get back online. If not, this match will be rain delayed. All races will count. So Teleo is up 3-1 if there is a rain delay.
Yep, certainly there. And yes, because he's in France, I know from the UK, it's a 5-hour delay between the East Coast here and the UK. So it's actually more than that when you go to France. So yeah, he's definitely playing at a late hour from his perspective. So if indeed we do have a technical delay or a rain delay, as Brysolf is calling it, we would have the remainder of this match as the follow-up to Oopla and Firebroth, with 3-1 lead for Teleo going into that. So while we're deciding what we want to do regarding the remainder of this match, let's look at the 2 winners semifinals matchups. So you've got the number 1 seed in Brysolf, who has been flirting with the tournament world record a few times so far. Will be taking on the 2nd annual runner-up in Prince Leaf. And you look at these times here, of course, Brysolf being the world record holder with 5:12, but do not count out Prince Leaf, who has a 5:32, in my opinion, is certainly capable of lowering that time further. And I would not be surprised, considering that Prince Leaf was the only one to take a game away from Deller in that 2nd annual tournament. I wouldn't be surprised if Prince Leaf made a lot of noise in this match. So that should be very interesting. And at the bottom half of the winner's semifinals, we've got CHX 42 versus 40 Watt Range 2 and 3. They have met twice last year, with 40 Watt Range beating CHX both times. They are 4 seconds apart in PBs. CHX with a 520, 40 Watt Range getting a 524 just 4 days ago. Will the third time be the charm for CHX, and will he finally be able to defeat 40 Watt Range en route to the winners finals? Or will 40 Watt Range continue his onslaught on CHX and have a date in the winners finals with either Prince Leaf or Bryce Olf? Some very interesting developments that'll be coming in the near future. All right, we've just gotten word from the administrative team that we are giving him to the top of the hour. If he's not able to come back on, we will reschedule this for tomorrow. But again, all the games that have been played so far in this match will count. So Teleo would currently be up 3-1, needing just one of the next 3 to move on and guarantee himself at least $20.
So to keep in mind, here is the plan. Jack has 5 more minutes till the top of the hour to get set up and back on his internet. Right now, I was talking to him on the phone. Jack and I are good friends. Obviously, this kind of helped in this situation, so at least there was a line of connection here. If he cannot connect in by then, we are going to postpone the matchup, and the match will be finished tomorrow. Here is the lineup that we'll be looking at tomorrow if this so-called rain delay goes through. We would start with Oopla versus Firebroth. Oopla, being in France, would be 11 p.m. local time starting that match, or maybe 10. I'm not sure how the time zone differential is going to work based on daylight savings and the like. Oh, Jakimuswedge has just popped up with a test in the matchup channel.
Well, I certainly didn't expect that. I don't know about you, Bryce Olf, but
I did not. So never mind that we are going to go back to having this matchup once Jack gets back online.
All right, it looks like it was just a minor outage. I mean, I tell you what, internet issues can be the devil sometimes, Bryce Olf. I mean, it happened to me last weekend when I was doing my Press Your Luck tournament. I lost connection for 90 minutes. So I know how Jakimus feels. So consider him lucky that he was only down for just a couple of minutes. So it's great that we're going to have him back, but now he's got to put everything behind him and focus on game number 5. It's one game at a time, Bryce Olf, as you like to say, survive and advance. And Jakimus just has to focus on what's in front of him. Can't think about the past, and he can't think too far ahead either.
Absolutely not. Now, if his internet is unable to support a stream properly, we will still go through with the postponement. He apparently is live. They're going to do this and to see if the stream does hold up. If it holds up, then we are going to continue this matchup 3-1 Teleo right here, right now. But if we can't, it will move into tomorrow. It'll be the second in the lineup after the Oopla Firebroth. So if it's postponed, Oopla versus Firebroth, we then finish the Jakimus Teleo matchup, and then we would finish with Aquas versus ET Go Ham. So we'll see what's going on. We'll wait for the okay. Jack seems to indicate a stream seems okay here, guys. And we are just really, really hoping that everything's good to go. From Dino's end, we're just waiting for a word from our restreamer that it's good. So while we're waiting here, guys, we're hopefully going to be setting up here, and it looks like the feed is back. Jack's, well, I don't know how many frames we're getting there, our cards.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, he just got his internet back, so it wouldn't be surprising to me if his internet was still a little bit on the unstable side here, but we'll have to keep our eyes peeled.
Okay, Dino says it seems good, so then we are resuming this matchup 3-1 for Teleo1 over Jakimuswedge. Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what looks bad? It's now Dino's connection. He's uploading 14 points per second. Unfreaking believable from Prince Edward Island to south of the border. What the heck? And yes, I was literally thinking between games 3 and 4, hey, maybe Jack won't have any technical issues this time that his internet dies.
Well, you didn't even have to say it. The internet knew. It was reading your mind like the Millennium Eye of Pegasus Maximilian on Yu-Gi-Oh!
So I'm just waiting to see if Dino's feed's going to get any better. Twitch is going down today. Well, that's not going to help either. Seems better now. Okay, I'm going to get them ready and get them underway before the moon explodes.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, I don't blame you there. We should get started before before something else happens here. Game number 5 going to be underway. Jakimus has to win 3 in a row to keep his hopes of winning his first tournament alive. Otherwise, it's going to be Teleo moving on and guaranteeing himself at the very minimum $20.
Indeed, and then a shot as well at going after a controller if he can win that match. But for now, Teleo needs to win that all-important 4th matchup. And we're going to need a little realignment because Jack is actually ahead because he's just started his stream up. He doesn't have his usual lag time here. Underway, game number 5, Jakimuswedge, Teleo1. Jack needs to win 3. Teleo just needs to win 1.
And of course, we've already seen it happen with 40-watt range winning 4 in a row when he was down 3-0, so anything is possible. They both have their razor shields. Jakimus keeping control of the middle, now going towards the west door, trying to get that kill count perfect. And Teleo1, a perfect nuke. He's done it again, Bryce Ulf. He's done it again. And a 37!
That's a 37-9. A 37-9 for Teleo1. My goodness.
In spite of the delayed, Teleo, another sub 40, another sub 39, and now he gets his first 37. 5 games, 5 immaculate times. Let's see how he plays. And now he gets an orb. The game rewarding him for his efforts. My word.
Jack did get an invulnerability and already had a foot on board, but gets a foot after. Not what he wants to see, but he gets an orb now, so at least he'll be able to maintain some touch here on Teleo.
Yeah, equal opportunity drops, which is exactly what you want to see here. Spreader now for Jakimus. Teleo, that's the end of the room, and it is going to be a hot time. 119 to eat my shrapnel. Jakimus not that far behind with the 125.
It's about 5 seconds, guys. A very high 119, low 120. Both getting out of the early trap of the Hall of Enemies. And just got to avoid the shrapnels now, take out the swarmers, and there shouldn't be any real time change with what the setup they've got.
Yep, that's correct. 18 Mr. Shrapnel dudes you have to take down. Only 4 on the screen maximum, so you got to make sure they're under control.
Absolutely, guys. And with that done here, Teleo1 ignoring the razor shield, unnecessary for his needs, and just getting it done here. Very nice. And this should be last shrapnel for Teleo.
You're right. It'll be a 202, maybe a 203 going into total carnage. Jakimuswedge, a 208. It's still that 5-second lead.
Pretty much 5 seconds. Let's see who's going to get the drops to spread it open for Teleo. Jack, meanwhile, gets a key. Will he get it, though?
He's going to ignore it. No, he's going to get it.
He was just waiting till all the movement lined up. He gets rockets, so, clearly a manipulation there. Awesome.
And more rockets now for Jakimus as Teleo picks up a spreader on the southwest corner. So right now the weapon's favoring Jakimus, and he needs the RNG to roll his way, but he also needs to play good as well.
He needs to play well indeed, and he gets more rockets potentially here. Is he going to go after them? Yes, and he doesn't.
Oh, he's picked off by the west door, losing that orb. A mistake there by Jakimus.
He was a little cheeky with his movement. He was trying to be efficient with the rockets.
258 for Teleo into the bonus room. Jakimus 304, but he's orbless. So it's time for Taco Bell. Taco Bell product placement with Taco Bell.
Sometimes the most efficient firing lanes are not the way to play, and sometimes Jack will go down that rabbit hole. Let's see if he can do some scrambling here in tank trouble and get some drops to help him out. Teleo1 in first. What is the opening drop going to be, Cards?
It's going to be a nuke, which is fine. He can take down one of the gunners. He does.
So what you want to do. Let's see what Jack gets. Rockets, fantastic opener. That's what he wanted.
Too bad he didn't have the orb, but he can ride these rockets for quite a while before he needs to grab something else. Telly now going to try to take control of the middle, and now, very nice.
Gets to the middle, he's got a little bit of purple crush, and he does not get the diagonal fire he needed, and he drops the orb.
Tough break there for Jakimus, so Teleo should be able to keep... Oh, the orb saving him there from that shrapnel.
Jack gets an orb right in the middle, like in a prime location, so able to get there. Is he going to go for that spreader or not? It's not a super pickup, but he does go for it.
Yep, able to get control of the middle back here. Teleo, good rockets here for Jakimus, but it is going to be Teleo. But the lead has been cut. 4:17 to 4:23 seconds. Anybody's game.
Jack is definitely getting it done by just being aggressive and a little more efficient at times. It is his hallmark. He just now needs the luck to line up, and he hasn't had a good spreader chance yet.
Nope, and he gets an invulnerability, so now he's going to focus on getting the ball buster here. He
it.
gets it. No, he doesn't get it. You're right.
Swung completely, gets sniped. Let's see if he gets a spreader here. He does. It's in a terrible location, but he does get one.
Yep, and he'll be able to get some damage on there. Teleo, he's also got a spreader going for the manuals, trying to avoid the gunfire from the gunner up front.
Jack trying to get the gunner was really missing there, so he wasted a fair bit of that lobber. He should be able to get to the second form here, I would think. No, just a little short. There it is.
All right, so right now Teleo has got a little less than a form lead on Jakimus. Lobbers for Teleo, but a spreader in another prime player one spot.
Sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't. Jack's going to die to the mine. This could get blocked. Let's see. Is Mutoid going to cooperate? He moves perfectly.
Unbelievable. This is the kind of RNG that Jakimus needs. He's got the lead.
He dies, though, going for the manual. Needs a weapon here.
Yep, but Teleo's struggling as Mutoid's blocking him off completely and takes it down. Does get a lobber for Jack.
He can't get to it, and Mutoid's on it. He's got to swing wide now. Jack had to be ready to get in there. He wasn't.
There's the head popping off for Teleo. Teleo needs to see a spreader here right now if he wants to steal it for Jakimus. Otherwise, we're going to see a game 6. But
Jack is missing shots all over the place here. Get those rockets, easier to hit and about the same damage.
Yeah, these shots are going all over the place more than Rick and Keel in 2000.
Dang. Jack dies going for the lobber, but now Teleo dies.
But there's a spreader!
He gets it. Jack just needs to finish it off, and he's got it.
Too late. Teleo's gonna be just short.
Ooh, that was close. That almost got staked at the end. Jack, what do you do?
Wow. Jakimus survives barely with a 625. Teleo less than 10 seconds behind. He will have a 633. You're talking 7 1/3 seconds. We're going to a 6 price off.
Unbelievable stuff, guys. Man, Jack just keeps getting those drops on the wrong side, but he had one snipe where he was able to get one of those due to the entering the room early, and that got him the lead. He never relinquished.
Absolutely not. That lead was his going into that room. It stayed, and now he could put himself into a position to get the next 2 games and make my prediction come true from him coming back from a 3-2 deficit.
Glad his internet came back. He gained out there and got just enough done, guys, to take that one. Thank you for hanging with us during that delay. Glad we're able to get this matchup finished today. They're going to ready up, guys. I'm going to get them underway. Game number 6 coming up. Teleo looking to advance. Jack looking to force our second deciding game. Number 7 of the day, Cards. Can you believe it?
I can believe it indeed, and it's no surprise that this has gone at least 6 games. You knew this was going to be a good matchup. I didn't think it would turn out the way it has been turning out so far with Teleo taking that 3-1 lead, but another thrilling match. Jakimus needs to continue to dig deep here and ride the momentum to another win if he wants to keep his hopes alive. Teleo, he played well. It's just that
was going to say, just get your predictions in, guys. There's another one up. Does it go to 7? Get it in now. We are underway, cards. I think it's over in 6. I think Teleo's taking this one.
So making the change up here, you think Telio's going to pull this off? I got to stick with my heart. I think Jakimus is going to force game number 7. Here we go.
Both get in their manipulation. Let's see if Teleo continues to have hot opening Arena 1 rooms here.
Yeah, that has been the story for Teleo so far in this match. Is he's had 5 sub-40s. 4 of them have been 38 or better.
That nuke was not early. It was able to get it done. He is going to have another great time. It's going to be right around a 40, it looks like.
It won't be a 38 this time, but again, he stayed consistent. 6 games, they've all been sub-40.
He takes maybe a 1-second lead into collect power-ups. Let's see what the opening drops are going to be. Teleo1 looking for anything. He's got a foot. Jack gets an orb in a prime position. He's going to slaughter this room.
Yep, a good opportunity here for Jakimus, but Teleo going to get some vitamin R here, so that'll definitely help him out, at least try to equalize the damage here, unless Jakimus gets a really good drop.
You just got to keep in mind something that when you get that great drop like that, you sometimes can get almost a little too lackadaisical in your approach.
Look at this. 119, 121. You're talking a second and a quarter. This is close.
Absolutely. And Jack goes, there's a mistake. Now
That's the second time. That's the second time he's done that in this room in this match so far, Bryce Olf.
It's something to keep in mind, Carlos. I was just to finish up my thought. If you have that great RNG early and then you screw up, it can sometimes tilt you. So let's see if Jack's able to recover here from that mistake.
Meanwhile, a Razor Shield pickup for Teleo1. Grenades, Jakimus just trying to force better drops here, keep those shrapnels under control. I mean, grenades are fine against the shrapnels, but he's definitely looking for better weapons than this.
Jack's been getting some good swarmer location. The grenades have been able to really plow them down, the swarmers, but now time will tell on him as he's dropping time.
2:03, yeah, he is now 5 seconds back with the 2:08 rockets to start for Teleo. I think he had a little clip left from the previous room.
It helps clean up that room early, get rid of the shrapnel so you can really set up nicely. Now going for spreaders is Jack, but he needs to see that orb. There it is.
He needed to see that. He was 5 seconds back going in, so at least he should be able to mitigate the time loss. But again, Teleo had good weapons to start, so if everything holds true, Teleo probably going to gain a few more seconds on Jakimus.
Jack is generally efficient with his fire, and he tends to gain tense as he goes along, but he's got to be careful. These swarmers are getting close.
Oh, too close. He almost lost the orb there just a few seconds ago. And now he's getting the better drops. Now, not to be outdone, though, Teleo does have a Razor Shield.
Well, and
look at this.
It's going to be sub-3. It's going to be a definite sub-3, a 2:57. But look at Jack. He's hanging in there with a 3 flat.
3 seconds is the difference. I think it's time for Taco Bell. Taco Bell. Product placement with Taco Bell.
Last one of the day regardless, because we don't do any product placement in serious Game 7s. But we got to get there. Let's see what the opening drops are going to be. Can Jack continue to swing this back in his favor?
Opening drop going to be so important. A foot, not what Teleo wanted to see. Jakimus
drops the orb. He drops the orb on a swarmer. Jack, meanwhile, going with his aggressive strategies.
Yeah, that invulnerability is in a horrific location. He's just got to go with his. He loses the orb too.
Drops his orb. Uses the Razor Shield on a gunner. Not a terrible strat, but he does get shot.
Yep, unfortunately, that's a bad break there for Jakimus. But Teleo is going to pick up a spreader now. Jakimus trying to get to that nuke. He does. Last gunner off.
So it's still pretty tight right now. Rockets for Jack. That's a big roll. Oh, he almost gets tank sniped.
And somehow, great dancing on all of those foot soldiers to keep the rockets.
More rockets. Now, Jack's got to be careful. They can sometimes get inside your firing lanes when you are that far away. He gets it safely done. And look at this. Jack, with those back-to-back jacks on the rockets, has taken the lead, but it's minimal.
Not even 2 seconds, a second and a half between the two. 4:18, 4:19 and a half. This is anybody's game. Wow. And they both have a little bit of clip left in those rockets.
Jack able to get one gunner. Teleo able to get one. There's a great spreader if it was Jack, but it's Teleo. And Teleo just runs into Mutoid. A little careless there going for the manual.
Yep, so unfortunately not going to... It gets it... Oh, no!
He still might get it, though, because it's so fresh.
The invulnerability, though, that could have come in handy for Teleo with that spreader. Tough break.
It is what it is, and now a refill of lobbers for Jack. Who's going to pop the arm first? It is Jakimuswedge.
So far, another player 2 spreader for Teleo. Can't like that. So yeah, advantage Jakimus.
What a
Teleo
vulnerability. Does he see it?
sees it.
He does.
Yes, and he's going to use the rest of that spreader. Another vulnerability.
Jack, it's a spreader though. It's in a player 2 position finally.
Wow, this is exactly what Jakimus needs. And another vulnerability. Yes.
It's a vulnerability. Now there's a spreader for Teleo. Did he die for that? He might get it.
He does.
He will get a little bit because Mutoid moved up. Another one for Teleo. This is going to be tight as well, but he should have it.
He does. This is anybody's game.
Jack to final form, but no weapon and no transition damage.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is going to come down to the final form. Advantage Jakimus for weapons. Teleo has no weapons after.
Will it be enough? No, it's not. Can Jack get the kill and force a 7? He misses. He has a weapon. He needs to get it. Weapon for Teleo. Who's going to blow him up? Jack gets it. Jack gets it. Unbelievable.
Teleo 1, few seconds behind, but Jakimus, the prognosticator, is coming through for him. Jakimus has just forced a 7th, 6-12, 6-15, 2.5 seconds. Unreal.
Wow, guys, I have to go inform them we're going to a game 7 because that would have been close. I am finally wrong on a prediction. For my friend Jack, I'm glad I was wrong. For everyone's entertainment, I'm glad I was wrong. But I don't know if I can take another game like that. Unbelievable, emotional roller coaster, Cards fan.
Man, twice now, Brysolf, Teleo has been within an eyelash of taking the match from Jakimus, and twice Jakimus, by the skin of his teeth, won those games, and now it all comes down to game number 7. 2 game 7s out of 2 possible matches. It doesn't get any better than this, Brysolf.
Oh, you know, as my favorite commentator of all time once said, overtime in Lexington. Unbelievable, guys. Uh-oh. What? Oh, geez, Teleo. I thought he just said his internet was dropping and I was going to go find him. And go, no! They're taking a second to compose themselves, guys. Predict in the channel who advances. 2 7-game sets today. What an opening day to the money rounds.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well,
crazy.
I told you from the get-go that Jakimus was going to come back from 3-2 to take the match in 7. How can I change it now? Jakimus is going to win this one.
They're taking a second to compose themselves. I'm going to go hit the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, I'm going to get...
now.
Yeah.
I love Jack. I love it. The worm is turning my predictions. So for my boy Jack, I'm picking Teleo. Let's see if the worm is indeed turned on my prediction abilities.
All right, you do that, and I'm going to get hydrated myself. So stick around. We'll be back in just a few moments, and then we're going to have game number 7. Do not miss it.
Good luck.
Wow. Cards, can you believe this? This is something else to behold. You know, that game 6 was incredible, a 3-second gap. But keep in mind, that was about 7.5 times the amount of the previous Game 6 we watched for the gap between the two racers.
Oh, no question about it, Bryce Olf. I mean, we've had some close matches in this one, and I'll tell you what. I said this in Game 7 of the previous match that we just got done with Zexy and Mr. Dino. I think if this one is close, I'm just going to say it right now, Bryce Olf, that's going to be your new match of the tournament. I'm telling you right now, if it's close, you have to consider it.
I mean, we've been saying that this is the deepest field we've ever had. We are in the top 12, and we are dealing with sub-6 runners slugging it out like this for their PBs, but they are going at it, and we've seen a sub-6 in this matchup.
Good luck.
I'm wondering, does the winner go sub-6 in this matchup? I feel like we're due for one.
Yes, I agree. And Mr. Dano's absolutely right. Every match from now on does have the potential to be the new match of the tournament. But here we go, the 7th and final game of this match between Jakimus and Teleo1. Teleo has had a sub-40 all 6 times so far. Will he go 7 for 7?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Indeed, he's a little more aggressive on that right door than a lot of players. He's having a little trouble with some guys getting wide. He's probably not going to sub-6 this time.
Oh, you mean sub-40? You're right. I don't think he's going to be a sub-40. He's going to be just short.
That's pretty hard to do. That's cheating.
Yep, it's a 40 and a half.
1 second lead here. Pretty common. Teleo's been pulling about a 1 to 2 second lead. Let's see who's going to get that great opening drop.
So yeah, absolutely, he is still in the lead by a couple seconds. But for the first time all day, no sub-40. Rockets and Rockets. You love to see equal opportunity. Speaking of which,
both are probably going to ignore. No, Telly's going to pick it up. Jack also going to pick it up, using up his Rockets. Bit of a surprise. I thought he'd ride it. He gets an orb opportunity. There is some bad stuff in the way. He's going to. Wow, he's out of trouble, but he gets out of it. And look at this time. Look at this time at 1:18. Very high 1:18.
Wow. Jakimus was playing with fire, but it's to the tune now of a 5 and about a half-second lead on Teleo and the orb advantage. My word, the rich are getting richer.
One thing I've been noticing, Jack's been a little either reluctant or just doesn't trust his ability to diagonal fire too much. He's not been using it as much as he does normally. I wonder if there's a bit of a worry about that from earlier runs, but right now he is on pace to be about 2 minutes flat into total carnage. Meanwhile, Teleo continues to just chase an orb here.
And he's not getting it. He is not getting it, Bryce Olf. This is not good. Jakimus a 2:01, so very
Teleo
close.
dies, 4 shrapnels on there. That is a massive time loss. Jack's lead grows. Teleo needs something, anything to help him. Those are Rockets. They will help. And he's going to have a full set here heading into total carnage.
Problem is, he's about 15 seconds back of Jakimus. He needs to see that orb, or he needs Jakimus to make a mistake.
I don't like that approach with the Rockets there from Teleo. He left the middle. Yes, you have to kill those swarmers near you, but you don't unoccupy the middle there. You've got to hold it down.
Yeah, otherwise they're going to break through and maybe steal the rest of that rocket clip. Nuke on the feed for Teleo in the middle, and he's just going to ignore it. What do you think about that play?
You got Rocket, like you use that nuke immediately and you look what the next drop is. You're looking for that orb. You know you don't have it. You got to chase it. Good movement there from Teleo to get around the shrapnel and get there. Look at this time from Jack. It should be right around 3 minutes.
It's going to be sub-3. 2:59.9, call it. That was good.
And indeed, and here's a nice invulnerability. That'll allow him to ignore those shrapnels exploding. But as you can see, the lead has probably grown. Yes, it has definitely grown here. Not by much, though.
No, not by much. Remember, it was a 15-second gap. It's now about an 18.5-second gap.
So we are getting ready, mentally preparing. What will Jack see as his opening drop for tank trouble? Apologies to Taco Bell. No time for that. What do we got? It's a nuke. Decent drop. He'll be able to get rid of one gunner with some good fire. He doesn't quite get it done, though. Now, oh, he gets another nuke on the feet. That's perfect.
Yep, and both are gone. Very good there from Jakimus. Man, oh man. So far, the RNG favoring Jakimus here, the 2-time runner-up.
Teleo's got a dude.
That's garbage.
He does a good job, though. Gets rid of one before the swarmers close in, and now he's in the middle, holding it down, ignoring the gunner, hoping for something better.
Oh, he's trying the Jakimus strats here now.
No, he's doing more of what most runners do. Kill one gunner and then just hold out until you get something that'll allow you to kill that gunner.
Gotcha.
Jack
all right.
drops the orb. Meanwhile, holding down.
Good job by Teleo there.
It's late in the room here for Jack. He got nothing to help. He's got to watch out for that tank. He does get rid of it. 4-18 into the Mutoid Man room. Let's see what Teleo's got on board here as the orb continues to maintain.
Yeah, right now Teleo this is typical tank trouble RNG. He's got really no weapons to complement that orb in this room here, but he's done a good job with what's been given to him. But despite his great gameplay, he's still lost time to Jack.
Jack is, again, very accurate with how he puts his bursts out there. Until he lost the orb, he was very efficient. And that is part of what the speedrun is all about. Efficient fire, the right amount of volley at a door. If you overfire at a door, you're wasting time and shots.
Teleo needs to get this ball buster. I think he got it.
Did not notice if he did, but probably did. Jack gets a great spreader opportunity.
Oh, here we go. Jakimus with a spreader opportunity, but he's moving away.
And he was firing before he got there. A bit of a mistake from the veteran, but he's still probably going to get a glitch toy here.
He does. But no more weapon left now. Grenades, better than nothing.
Second arm pops for Teleo. Oh, Mutoid charging our. Good movement by Jack to avoid the shrapnel. Good situational recognition.
Oh my goodness gracious. Head pops off. He's got about a 4.5. Little more. A spreader for Teleo. Has to manual. It's in a bad spot.
He's got it. Both have a lobber right now. Jack just gets the refill immediately. Good manual from Teleo.
That was some really good manual, but it's final form now for Jakimus with lobbers on hand.
Rob Teleo, this could be the death knell.
And an empty drop. This is going to be over, folks.
Jack has the rock, or that doesn't even need the rocket. It's over. It's not sub 6, but Jakimuswedge is going to come back from 3-1 down, and our second 3-1 comeback in tournament history is complete. 6-11. Jack advances, and unfortunately, we lose a fantastic runner in Teleo1.
Tell you what, Jakimus, the internet going down on him might have been the mental break he needed to regroup and just reevaluate his strategy for the rest of this match, because he was dead in the water. He was playing bad. He was not getting any good RNG. It was looking like it might have been a 4-1 win for Teleo, but I just got a feeling that when the internet went out, that just gave him a chance, take a breather, try to, regroup, refocus, and that enabled him to steal this match away from Teleo. But Teleo, again, is still going to walk away with $15 from this tournament. But Teleo1 probably not pleased about the fact that he was not able to finish it off, having that 3-1 lead.